Did the detective's daughter really say those things last time? Will I actually figure out what to do relatively early and not have to cut out 15 minutes of video time? Find out today on Abscission. Hello everyone, this is Rin from Super Cat Punch and welcome back to Abscission. I am really feeling this game, so we're probably going to play it 2 times this week because it's great and I can't stop thinking about it, but I guess that's the mark of a really good game, right? So I'm gonna go to Carmine's books. Oh, because that's one of our leads. I think the other one is the tattoo studio still, because we have to get inside. I'm just not quite sure how yet. The paper is rather gloomy reading today. The same as every other day, that is why I prefer books. It has to be the right book for me. All books have value, even if they must become kindling. No, surely you would never burn a book. No, I couldn't. I shouldn't even joke about such things. Eyes up, Lucas, you have a customer. So I do. Good afternoon, sir. Back so soon. Soon? I believe you were here a few months ago? Yes, I am certain of it. You bought a rather fine volume of Baudelaire. Yes, you're right. I'm surprised you remember. At my age, I take pains to remember all I can. Lucas, don't annoy the man. Some people prefer privacy. Indulge me. Did you enjoy the book? Definitely a very fine translation. One should always be drunk. That's all that matters. That's our one imperative need, so as not to feel time's horrible burden that breaks your back and bends you to the earth. You must get drunk without ceasing. What? But what with? With wine, with poetry, or with virtue, as you choose, but get drunk. Interesting? Exquisite. Agreed. Just so. If I may ask, what's your trade? Your spine is as straight as a lightning rod. Is a lightning rod usually straight? I'm a detective. I see. Are you here in that capacity? For the moment, yes. May I ask you a few questions? Certainly, I'm Lucas Carmine. That reprobate over there is Spencer McGregor. Guilty? Will Stanhope. Please let me know if you need any help. I wanted to browse, but I didn't have the time. I couldn't reach it, and I didn't particularly want to. It's a marionette with a face that looked influenced by the Venetian carnival. How curious. So many interesting volumes. I could stay in the shop for hours without getting bored. I feel that. I love bookstores. Libraries, I love them. The owner would probably not appreciate me tearing the leaves off of his plant. The man looked to be in his late 60s. He was of a very slender build with a gleam in his eye and a smile on his lips. Mr. McGregor? Yes, my boy? Have you known a Mr. Carmine long? You seem to have a good rapport with him. Only a handful of years, but it feels far longer. We have a very good rapport. We meet daily to put the world rights. To put the world rights, yep, And yet look at all the troubles that still exist. You know more than most, I expect. Sadly, yes. What books would you recommend? Books are deeply personal choice, my boy. Like happiness, their enjoyment is as individual as a snowflake. But if you were asking which book means the most to me, I would have to say Rights of Man by Thomas Paine. It is as relevant today as it has always been. Thank you, I'll look out for it. Look no further, I have my own copy here. You are welcome to it. Are you sure? Of course, the hoarding of wisdom is counterproductive to progress, my boy. Rights of Man by Thomas Paine added to inventory. Do you remember meeting a Serena Challenor? Alas, if I have, then I can't possibly say. I am often too intent of my own affairs, a flaw I am trying to rectify. You are never too old to change. Goodbye, Mr. McGregor. I'll see you soon, my boy. This building looks old, a couple of centuries at least. Very interesting. You have a good eye. It is, in fact, the oldest building in this city, as far as I can tell, at least. I don't like to crow about it. That's what he says, but I've heard a story a good few times. Have you had the shop long? I've owned this shop for the last 40 years, young man. Not many call me young. Compared to me, you're barely out of the swaddling clothes. I inherited the shop from my father and he from his. There has always been a carmine here in Ashfield. We are obsessed with books and always have been. Take this, for instance, the Rubaiyat by Omar Khayyam. I am trying to make my way through it in the original Persian. Lucas enjoys a challenge. I was wondering if you could tell me about a book. The title is Dreams of the Pale Queen by Hector Rufus. It was purchased sometime. Truly a work of genius. Let me think. Come now, Carmine, you could surely remember who bought such a distinctive book. Yes, of course I remember. Do you know this book was translated by one of my forebearers many decades ago? Would you like to know more about it? Maybe later. For now, I would like to know about the woman who bought it. It was a woman and a man, I believe. Interesting. Could you describe them? The young woman who bought the book was a blonde, relatively tall and polite. She also appeared happy, almost giddy. I must admit I remember little else. The man was inspecting the art books, I believe. He had long black hair and tattoos on his arms. I think I heard the woman mention that he was an artist of some kind. She mentioned ink. Do you have any security cameras? No, I don't even have a television. Were you present at the time, Mr. McGregor? Potentially, but I have nothing more to add, I'm afraid. Perhaps I had my face in the paper. A man with long black hair and tattoos. Interesting. I think I'm done here? Wait a moment, Detective. I would like to give you my telephone number, if I may. If you wish to discuss anything with a mind potentially, not to be too egotistical, as keen as yours, please give me a call. Good conversation is hard to find. Mr. McGregor's phone number is added. Okay. Hello? Mr. McGregor, it's Detective Stanhope. Detective, a very pleasant surprise. How are you? It's difficult to say. I can't discuss my case, of course. Nor would I expect you to. If I may, life is seldom a simple course. Remain true to your values and you will see whatever troubles you. That's good of you to say. Nonsense, I'm just observant. I could see you were a resilient person when we met. So, it took me way too long to realize that I can go into the alleyway. And that would be why I couldn't interact with the slumped man, 'cause he's in the alleyway. Several half-empty bottles of liquor lay next to the drunk man. I suspected the man wouldn't appreciate me taking his only possessions. The man was slumped over, drenched in sweat despite the fact that he wasn't fully clothed. His eyes were scanning the alleyway but not seemingly focusing on anything, and certainly not on me. The man blinked at me. Saliva was crusted on his lip. Are you okay, sir? It's just you look like you may need medical attention if you drink anymore. He waves his hand either at me or the invisible flies. Don't care. You see anything strange around here lately? I didn't do nothing. I'm not saying you did. I'm asking if you saw. Nothing. Let's be efficient. I think you did see something. Maybe. Baby. I suggest you tell me now. Oh yeah, why is that, huh? I'm getting that information one way or another. You think you could make my life worse? Get lost, buddy. Did you write that graffiti? He cranes his neck towards the writing behind him. It is painfully slow and an awkward movement. Yeah, the people need to know it's real. What is the dream web? Get up, mister. Do you know that guy on the door of the tattoo parlor? Huh? What's it to you? I need to get past him, but he's not playing ball. That's dunk for you. So you do know him. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. My memory seems a bit hazy. Let's see if I can do something about that. Oh, just going right for the bribery there. So, one word, buddy. Greenleaf. That's all you're getting from me. Are you trying to upset me? I'll take my chances. Greenleaf. I'm not sure that information was worth the cost. Can I give him more alcohol? Okay. You wanna read your rights, sir? You wanna read some poetry? You want a flathead screwdriver? Okay. Can I use that on the electric panel? No. The electrical panel was securely bolted shut, although the lid looked flimsy. I found a needle red with ink. There was something else. The way the leftover ink was beaded on the metal. It was rubbery, with small strings extruding from it. Needle added to Stanhope's inventory. I had a lot on the tattoo shop now, and the picture was not healthy. I also had a clue that was tied the shop owner to Serena. It was time to confront the owner, but I can't. Maybe we can ask this guy. Oh, yes, he does mention, okay. Have you heard of the word greenleaf? Greenleaf? That's some fancy stuff. It's booze? It's absinthe. Vile stuff if you ask me, but some people go crazy for it. A bottle of absinthe, please. Fancy. Don't drink it all at once, fella. That's $20. Okay, does this guy want some absinthe? I got you something. He wants it? Okay. Well, would you look at that? Okay, you can go in. That's it? Well, alright then. The tattoo studio smelled of stale sweat and tobacco. There was no curtain to hide the chair. The artist clearly liked to be watched as he worked. There's just some epic music in here. Are you the owner? I said, I am eating. Clearly, that guy outside forgot that too. This is police business. I won't take much of your time. You won't take any of it until I am ready. I'm Detective Stanhope. You are? Nate Sanders, and that's all you're getting out of me. You match the description of the man seen with Serena at Carmine's books. Mr. Sanders, we need to talk now. Well, aren't you persistent? Oh, did he just throw his food on the ground? Okay, it seems like there's quite a few things to examine here. I'm actually going to leave the shop for now, because the music is really loud. Because that is all the time I have for today. So we finally made progress. I finally figured out what to do. We are going to talk to Mr. Nate next time and see what we can find out and continue down this odd rabbit hole that is the case around Serena Challenor. I am so curious. We're definitely going to play this again for Friday. So for now, I hope I made you smile today, and I will see you next time. Bye! Bye!